Hey, it's Alex with Cruises Computers, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to properly clean your keyboard. Now, as we can see here, this is a pretty messy keyboard. This has been my daily driver for a couple years now. Luckily, I was just able to upgrade. Now, we're going to need a couple things. One, a keycap puller. Corsair does usually include this with their keyboards. It's not necessarily needed, but it is proper procedure. I recommend also having a nice little brush just to get in between everything. We are going to be removing the keys and everything, but sometimes the brush isn't going to just, or the blower isn't going to just brush everything away for you. Sometimes you need a brush for the little finer reach, and some alcohol pads. This is going to do a really good job of cleaning it, but also, you know, it's non-conductive. It's not going to ruin anything. One thing I recommend before getting started is either look up a high definition photo online just so you know where all the keys are, or take a picture like I did myself, just showing you where all the keys are. It is pretty self-explanatory, but it can get confusing when you're just looking at all those keys. And extra bonus points if you just put it out in the layout where, you know, it is the same. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the keys, and then we'll go from there, and I'll show you what to do from there. All right, now that we got those keycaps off, we can get to actually cleaning this thing. I'm gonna show you guys in confidence, please don't roast me in the comments, what this keyboard looks like now. We don't need this, but we got this anti-static blower here that's gonna help us. It's not gonna get rid of all the grime, but it might get rid of some of the hair. So we're gonna go ahead and use this now, and then see where we're at. Now, as we can see, that did get rid of a lot, if not most, of the dirt and hair in here. But this is where the brush comes in. It's going to help loosen it up. Obviously, you can just use the brush from here on out, especially if you don't have the blower already. But the brush is going to help, and then we'll go ahead and blow it some more and see where that gets us. All right, now that we got most of that cleaned up, there's still a couple blemishes. Obviously, if this is just for you, you can ignore it. I mean, it was working fine beforehand. Realistically, you could have just wiped down the face that you actually see, and that would have been good enough for you. But I do plan on reselling this. I got me a new keyboard now. So I wanted to be as clean as I can make it. So we're gonna take some alcohol wipes to those blemishes and all this face surface here, maybe even along the top, give it that nice used but new looking shine, you know. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Alrighty, now that the inside is looking all nice and spiffy, it's time to clean the keycaps. Now, my end goal in mind is just to keep this looking nice. I'm planning on selling it, nothing too crazy, probably 15-20 bucks. This was, you know, a $50 to $70 keyboard new. I just want to contribute to the used market where I can. This would be a really nice beginner streaming keyboard. For someone who's new to the game and just wants to get in on a budget. We got these 6 G keys, which are controllable with the Elgato Stream Deck app. There's just a lot of features. I think these are membrane switches, where they're just quieter overall. You don't have to worry about too much noise. You know, fortunately for me with NVIDIA broadcast, it's not really a problem. But there's still a lot of life in this keyboard. Now onto the keycaps. There's a lot of different methods for this. I've seen people straight up just take like a big Pyrex bowl or whatever, put some dish soap in there, and then just mix these around or whatever. I feel like that is a good solution, but not really what I'm going for here today. You got to make sure it dries completely, because I mean, any water in there could potentially damage a key or even worse. So I'm gonna go ahead with my handy dandy alcohol wipes, and it might take a little bit longer of labor, but we're just gonna go ahead and clean them all individually, and yeah, we'll show you what that looks like after. Now, I forgot to show you guys the end product, but I promise you this keyboard is looking so nice. Alrighty, now this is a night and day difference. This is just crazy how clean this is. This looks like a new keyboard. I can't wait to just, you know, make someone's day, hopefully, you know. I tried saying in another video, like, there's a lot of ways you can spread your budget, especially if you're new, you don't have a setup yet. And a lot of those ways is buying used parts. Now, it's a little weary, especially if you don't know what you're doing, but this is going to be a bargain for someone, and I hope that it puts a smile on their face and they just have a great time with it. I know it's run its course with me. It wasn't like I needed an upgrade, It was more of a want for sure, but I know someone's going to be really happy. And I'm probably just going to go ahead and clean this little wrist mount as well, and just package it all together. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you learned a thing or two. A lot of the stuff with my content, I want to kind of breach the barrier between someone who knows what they're talking about to, okay, maybe you don't, but there's no shame in that. We all got to start somewhere. Just because, I was a computer nerd when I was in middle school and I just kind of nerded out over this stuff doesn't, mean that I'm not willing to share that information with others and just, bring some positivity into this world. So yeah, thank you once again for watching. I greatly appreciate it.